IRS says file a 2020 tax return if you haven't already, or amend your 2020 tax return if it's already been processed. So we can verify, yes, there is a way to get your stimulus money by filing taxes.
Begun.
And a lot of people still have questions about those stimulus payments from the government. Consumer reporter Samantha Chapman is here with some answers.
And doing a non-filers tool, but you can file a tax return with $1, showing $1 in income, and then that should allow you to at least have a tax return generated so that you can.
Many states are beginning to send out inflation checks to the residents, and new $750 fourth stimulus checks are going out to families that are facing financial difficulties. There's also residents in the state of Virginia that are eligible to receive a one-time $500 check. However, there's a deadline that you may have to take action by in order to receive this aid. Make sure to watch until the end to learn how to receive your stimulus checks, everybody, because you definitely don't want to miss out on receiving your stimulus check payments. Over 240,000 checks were sent out this past weekend to the low-income households. It was part of the second payment sent to Connecticut residents in the past 2 months. A total of $42 million was mailed out on Friday and Saturday as part of the state's Earned Income Tax Credit Enhancement Program. The amount each person received did vary based on their taxes, but the average payment was about $170. So the payments were funded by the emergency crisis relief that was set aside specifically for these families' reports. Last year, the Department of Revenue issued about 248,000 checks to Connecticut households that earned less than $57,000. In August, the state also sent out the child tax credit payments of up to $750. The tax credit program offers 41% of the federal credit, up from 23% in the past. And the Connecticut governor has also approved the changes last year to offer low to moderate income families and individuals get more money back. Now, the state's tax credit, everybody, closely mirrors the federal Earned Income Tax Credit Program, folks. So you must file a tax return and earn an income of less than $57,000 to qualify for both of these programs. Struggling Americans have only days remaining to file their taxes if they want to claim a one-time relief check of $500. And officials in Virginia have revealed that 3.2 million people will receive the checks in total. Single filers can claim up to $250, and while joint filers will get a $500 check as well. Only Virginians that had a tax liability last year are eligible for the rebate. But everybody, officials have warned that the deadline to file taxes is November 1st. A seriously low U.S. and global diesel supply is likely to drive up fuel costs and worsen inflation. It raises concern about the cold weather months approach. And according to Patrick DeHaan, the head of petroleum analysis at Gas Buddy, several factors are now coming to a head as colder temperatures bring more seasonal demand for diesel, a fuel that powers trucks and buses that are also used in heating. Another analyst told CBS News that this is the start of heating oil season, and this is why demand really starts picking up, even as we enter the winter months. So the country has about 25 days of diesel left, a level that's very considered low. Much of the century's attention, everybody, has been focused on gasoline prices, which have fluctuated throughout the year. They have generally fallen in recent months, following a peak of $5 a gallon in June. A confluence of factors have also strained diesel markets. These factors include reduced refining capacity due to the crisis and increased demand amid the recovery. Analysts said that this crunch is expected to worsen persistently high inflation not seen in the last 4 decades. High diesel prices may drive up shipping and heating costs. Danforth added that this could help also push the country into recession as rising prices curb demand for products. Even Joe Manchin's Congress is now negotiating on monthly recurring stimulus payments, and this could mean stimulus relief checks every month for everybody that's eligible. That's the good news. So if you are on Social Security and SSI, you'll also want to be sure to watch this video. So in an effort to safeguard against any future recessions, senators and the White House are now considering setting up automatic relief payments for the next time the economy takes another significant dip. The Economic Security Project has already talked with 50 staff members from the Senate Finance Committee that's on automatic stabilizers. This would mean that the automatic stabilizers would be tied to the state of the economy. The organization also had conversations with Joe Biden's administration, and he's hopeful that the measure will be included in the final draft of the bill. Automatic stimulus checks would really be helpful to millions of Americans. The Economic Security Project has already talked with 50 staff members from the Senate Finance Committee on automatic stabilizers alone. This would mean that the automatic stabilizers are going to be tied back to the state of the economy with Joe Biden's administration, and he's hopeful that the measure will be included in the final draft of the bill. Automatic stimulus checks are definitely going to be helpful to many people. As the country fights poverty and unemployment rate rises, more payments will be sent out. Automatic stabilizers are often tied to unemployment rates, and many lawmakers are pushing for plans that would issue broad or targeted payments based on the state of unemployment. So when unemployment is high, as it was in March 2020, payments will be sent out to a broad group of people. As it drops, payments will become more concentrated on lower class and working class communities, who are adversely affected by the crisis. As relief measures go, stimulus checks and unemployment insurance are not cheap fixes that would help the economic problems plaguing America right now. Folks, in addition to that, the 3 round stimulus checks alone cost more than $580 billion. Of course, Republicans have voiced opposition to this. The White House has backed automatic stabilizers for unemployment insurance, and Kamala Harris supported recurring payments. A change.org petition that was started last year calls for $2,000 payments, and that has gathered more than 3 million signatures. And now lawmakers have proposed a number of other points that could be put in place for the new stimulus check, including a new minimum wage, renewing federal tax on employment, and making the child tax credit raise permanent. At least 21 Senate Democrats are on board with this, but as of right now, it is clear that when automatic stabilizers could become law, it would definitely help a lot. They're most likely a pathway to passage of more budget reconciliations. Without reconciliation, Democrats will need to support at least 10 Republicans, and it's unclear that they sign into the concept of automatic direct payments. Thank you again for your support, everybody. If you have any questions on this, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best in answering them.
Apologize to everybody out there. Usually we do these things very, very smoothly. Tonight we did not. We got some technical issues. So I'm not going to give you the long speech. I want you to hear from the workers themselves. Bottom line is you have some very courageous people out there who are in Colorado who are standing up to a very powerful corporation, the Kroger supermarket, the largest supermarket chain in the country, owned by incredibly wealthy people. And these folks have gone out on a 10-day strike, and I want Kim Cordova to explain why they went out and what this strike is about. So Kim, say it again. A profitable corporation. How much does the CEO earn at this corporation? Do you remember?
It's millions of dollars. In fact, when they cut our hazard pay, he got a 21% or $21 million wage increase.
And within Kroger stores, they have pantries where employees are getting food contributed by other employees. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Place and actually work and actually make a difference and bring the company back to the table to listen to our concerns. It was just a wonderful experience. I hope that this, encourages more places to unionize when they see what the power of a union can do when you do stand together and fight for your rights. I think there's a tremendous resurgence of that in our country, and I think we need more of it.